Do you think you've ever met an Antichrist? So last week we took a closer look at three categories of sin: the lust of the flesh, the lust of the eyes, and the boastful pride of life. And I hope that you took the time to really look at those three categories and let them be a mirror for yourself. I kind of think about those three categories in these terms. The lust of the flesh has to do with things that feel good to us, chasing after things that are pleasurable to our senses. Lust of the eyes would be things that are beautiful to look at, or things that are somehow aesthetically pleasing to us. And then the pride of life are things that we want in our life so that it makes us look a certain way to other people. Now, in each of these categories, we may find things that are not in and of themselves evil, but it's the pursuit of those things that can lead us astray, that can cause us to compromise in our relationship with God and chasing after the things of this world. That's what John is warning us about, and that's what we need to be on guard against. And that's why passages like these that encourage us to stop and consider what these categories of sin are encourage us to use it as a mirror so that we can see the sin that's in our own lives, so that we can get it corrected and rooted out before we find ourselves too far off of God's plan for us. This week we're going to be looking at 1 John chapter 2 verses 18 and 19. Read along with me if you will. Children, it is the last hour, and just as you heard that Antichrist is coming, even now many Antichrists have appeared. From this we know that it is the last hour. They went out from us, but they were not really of us. For if they had been of us, they would have remained with us. But they went out, so that it would be shown that they all are not of us. So John introduces a new word here for us, Antichrist. So let's take a closer look at what Antichrist means. If you've got a Bible dictionary, I encourage you to look it up there. If you've got concordance, see if you can find other places where this term is used. But I want you to dive into this and see what John means whenever he says Antichrist. I also want you to consider, how do we recognize an Antichrist? We see a couple of clues here in these two verses, and we're going to see some more over the next several verses. And if you want to skip ahead a little bit and see if you can distinguish a few more characteristics of what an Antichrist is according to John, then I encourage you to do so. I also want to challenge you to do something outside your comfort zone. I want you to ask someone else what they think of when they hear the term Antichrist. Now, I'm not saying ask someone just so that you can put them in their place and correct them, but ask them because you're curious what people think whenever they hear the term. I find that sometimes whenever I'm overthinking a term, it really helps to get someone else's perspective on the matter. Other than that, just keep adding to the notes on your different themes from your theme list. And if you have any great insights, please share those in the comments. That's all for this week. Thanks for watching. That's going to be a lovely edit.